Welcome to ABX Reviews. This episode of Genesis pulls us into the raw and emotional lives of its characters, where secrets strain relationships and personal dreams clash with harsh realities. We see the heavy cost of dishonesty in engagements, the deep wounds within a marriage, and the difficult pressures faced by a young artist just trying to be heard. Here are 10 different scenes from the episode. Scene 1. Marona's secret fear. Marona confides in someone about her deep anxiety regarding her engagement to Bonko. She is deeply in love with him but is terrified he will discover she has not been truthful about her past. She confesses that she has been lying to him and is scared of his reaction, worried it will destroy their relationship. Scene analysis. This is a very tense and emotional scene that establishes a major point of conflict for Marona. The entire conversation is built on her fear of being discovered, showing how a secret is eating away at her happiness. Character motivation. Marona is motivated by a fear of losing Bonko. She believes that the truth about her past will make him reject her, so she has chosen to hide it, a decision that is now causing her immense guilt and anxiety. What deeper issues are being explored? The scene explores the deeper issues of honesty and acceptance in a relationship. It questions whether a relationship built on a hidden truth can survive and delves into the immense pressure and shame someone can feel when they don't meet certain expectations. Scene 2. A heartfelt apology to Felicia. In a vulnerable moment, one character approaches Felicia and offers a profound apology. They admit to having hurt her deeply in a way they cannot fully explain. They confess that they do not know how to love properly, or even love themselves, and voice a fear that they might cause her pain again in the future. Scene analysis. This is a pivotal scene of emotional vulnerability. The apology is raw and centers on a personal failing rather than a specific event, which makes it feel more impactful and tragic. Character analysis. The character shows significant self-awareness by admitting their core flaw. They are not just sorry for an action, but for who they have become, a person who struggles with giving and receiving love, which is a much deeper confession. How are the characters developing? This character is developing by finally confronting their own emotional limitations. This moment of honest self-assessment is a crucial first step for them, potentially setting them on a path toward healing and learning how to build healthier relationships. Scene 3. Mrs. Hlof spiritual guidance. Mrs. Hlof acts as a spiritual counselor to a woman who is deeply unhappy in her marriage. She encourages the woman not to walk away and suggests attending a women's seminar to find peace and love again. The woman, however, feels there is nothing left to give and is resistant to the advice. Scene analysis. This scene serves as the moral and emotional anchor of the episode, introducing a voice of reason and hope. It contrasts the deep despair of one character with the persistent faith and encouragement of another. Lessons learned. The lesson here is about seeking help and community during difficult times. Mrs. Hlof represents the idea that healing and perspective can sometimes be found with the support of others, even when an individual feels completely lost. What deeper issues are being explored? This scene explores the themes of marital strife, the search for peace, and holding on to faith during personal crises. It looks at the struggle between giving up on a commitment and finding the strength to try and rebuild. Scene 4. A mother intervenes in a fight. A mother steps in to stop a heated argument between two other women, Mpumi and another. She is visibly tired of the constant conflict and shouting in her home. She demands that a phone be returned to its owner to put an end to the immediate issue. Scene analysis. This scene highlights a toxic domestic environment. The mother acts as a weary peacemaker, trying to manage a situation that has clearly happened many times before, showing a cycle of conflict within the household. Character analysis. The mother is portrayed as exhausted and frustrated. She is trying to maintain order but is dealing with individuals who have deep-seated issues with each other, making her role very difficult. How do the characters impact the story? The conflict between Mpumi and the others introduces a layer of persistent family drama that complicates the lives of everyone involved. This ongoing tension creates a stressful backdrop for the other, more internal stories unfolding. Scene 5. A father's practical demand. A father has a serious conversation with his son, insisting that he apply for a job at a new mall, even if it means cleaning windows and toilets. He believes this is a necessary step for his son to make a living and be responsible. Scene analysis. This scene represents a classic generational clash. The father's perspective is purely practical and focused on financial stability, while the son sees this as a dismissal of his talents and aspirations. Character motivation. The father is motivated by a desire for his son to have secure, steady work. He is coming from a place of concern and a traditional view of what constitutes a proper job, wanting to ensure his son can support himself. What deeper issues are being explored? This conflict explores the tension between practical survival and pursuing one's passion. It questions the definition of success and looks at the different values held by different generations. Scene 6. The son's musical dream. The son responds to his father's demand with defiance. He insists that his talent for singing is his real gift and the tool he should use to make money. He sees working a menial job at the mall as beneath him and a betrayal of his potential. Scene analysis. This scene gives us insight into the son's ambitions and his pride in his artistry. He is not just being lazy, he has a genuine belief in his own talent and a different vision for his future. Character analysis. The son is passionate, proud, and idealistic. He believes in the value of his gift and cannot accept a life that does not allow him to use it. This makes him seem determined, but also potentially naive about the challenges ahead. Is the story strong, confusing, predictable, surprising, etc.? This storyline is strong because it is a relatable conflict. While the generational clash is a common theme, the specific focus on artistic ambition gives it a fresh and modern feel that many viewers will connect with. Scene 7. Thandi's concerned visit. Thandi visits another character and expresses concern that they missed an important meeting. She finds them locked away and withdrawn, indicating that they have been isolating themselves all day due to their emotional state. Scene analysis. This scene shows the consequences of inner turmoil on a person's responsibilities and social interactions. The character's decision to hide away physically represents their emotional retreat from the world. My reaction to the scene. This scene makes me feel concerned for the character. When someone withdraws like that, it is a clear sign that they are struggling to cope, and Thandi's visit shows that someone has noticed and cares, which is a small but important comfort. What do I think will happen next? I think the character who missed the meeting will face professional or social repercussions, adding another layer of stress to their life. This could either push them further away or force them to finally confront their feelings. Scene 8. Ishmael's warning. Ishmael meets with another character and tells them they are not safe in their current location. He insists that they should have met at a studio instead and reveals that his father is furious about a missed meeting. Scene analysis. This scene introduces an element of danger and heightened stakes. It moves the conflict from purely emotional to having potential external consequences, making the situation feel more urgent. Character motivation. Ishmael is motivated by concern for the other character's well-being. He is trying to protect them from both an unsafe environment and the anger of his father, showing he is an ally in a difficult situation. What do I think will happen next? I think the father's fury will become a major plot point. The character will likely have to face him directly, leading to a high-stakes confrontation that could determine their future opportunities. Scene 9. The reality of the hustle. A character reflects on the difference between the fun of their artistic pursuits and the harsh reality that follows. They note that while creative sessions are enjoyable, they still have to struggle with basic needs like transport fare to get back home, unlike others who have more stability. Scene analysis. This is a moment of poignant realism. It contrasts the glamour of the dream with the gritty challenges of everyday life, providing a sobering perspective on the pursuit of art. Lessons learned. The lesson here is about the unseen struggles behind passion projects. It teaches that talent alone is not enough, and that artists often face significant financial and logistical hurdles that others don't see. What deeper issues are being explored? This scene explores the issue of economic inequality and the practical sacrifices required to follow a dream. It highlights the disparity between different social realities, even among people working together. Scene 10. A painful memory of love. A character speaks about their past, revealing they were never taught the meaning of love while growing up. They say they never heard the words "I love you" and now feel they do not know how to love another person or even themselves. Scene analysis. This scene provides a crucial backstory for the character's current emotional state. It explains the root of their relationship difficulties, framing it as a learned behavior rather than a simple character flaw. My reaction to the scene. This revelation makes me feel sympathy for the character. Understanding that their inability to love comes from a place of never having been shown love reframes their actions and makes their earlier apology even more tragic and meaningful. How are the characters developing? This character is developing by finally understanding and articulating the source of their pain. By connecting their present struggles to their past, they are beginning a journey of self-discovery that is essential for any future growth.